Hi, welcome to Universal Soul Vibrations. This is going to be the weekly messages for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for the week of May 6th to May 12th. Please remember that these are general messages and may not resonate with everyone. If you like the channel and stuff resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends too. We're going to take a look first using the Enchanted Map deck to see what you need to let go of this week, what you'll be working on, and what the key is to this week. So let me just do some shuffling here and see what comes out to what you need to let go of this week, air signs. What does air signs need to let go of this week? Stuck in the mud for letting go. What does air signs need to work on? Okay, so the Stuck in the Mud card talks about, taking time to stop and be the observer in your life. And, just taking a moment to, appreciate the things in your life and, figure out which way and direction that you want to go in. But because this is in the letting go position, it seems like it's time for you to start making some movement. It's okay to still be the observer, but we don't want to stay in this place stuck in the mud too long, because sometimes we kind of get too comfortable in that observer position and we stop being an active participant in our own life. We kind of just get comfortable in that stagnant position of observing. So, with this in the letting go position, I'm feeling that you need to let go of non-movement. It's time to start making some movement forward, and stop just being the observer. And what you'll be working on is the Rescue card. The Rescue card talks about, you are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. So this card talks about, if you need help with something, sometimes it's not always easy to ask for help. But, that's maybe what you need to do this week. If you're finding yourself having some trouble with something or making some decisions, just needing help, it's time for you to ask. And the help will be there for you. And remember that the most important support that we can get is from Spirit. So this week, what you'll be working on is reaching out to others for help when you need it. And let's see what the key is for this week. What is the key to the week for air signs? So maybe you need to reach out to somebody for some help to get you out of this place of being stuck in the mud. And the key to this week is the Strength card. And that's number 44. Fours are all about structure, stability, manifestations, strong foundations, some level of success that's obtained. So I think you're going to be working on building your strength this week so that you are ready to move forward towards your dreams. But, with this card, it also says your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher purpose. So this card is saying that, you have the strength this week to accomplish even like the most daunting tasks, like the mundane daily tasks, you know, the laundry, the dishes. Um, and, you know, just know that during this week you do have the ability to connect with the universe. The Strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and redefined, and your relationships are being deepened. But no matter what happens, nothing can move you off the course of moving forward. Have the courage and just dive in this week, for magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now this week. All right, sounds pretty powerful for you guys, air signs. Let's just do some clarifiers on these. Why is this stuck in the mud card here for air signs? Okay, so between the stuck in the mud card and the rescue card, we got the shadow side. And the shadow side card is basically saying that it's time for you to look your fears in the face and, you know, confront them. And also don't allow other people or things around you to control you. Okay, so you may need some help with that in that area. But yep, time to take a look at the fears that you have around something. Maybe there's a fear about moving forward. You just want to stay in this observer spot. And don't allow your fears to control you. Between the rescue and the strength card. We got the Queen of Wands between the rescue and the strength card. You know, Wands cards are all about the passion, the creativity in life. And, you know, the Queen, you know, she's the Queen of Wands. She's that fiery personality. But, you know, this card says, you know, this is where the fun begins with her. But you're also, you know, the strength card up here said that, you know, you're going to have some stuff, you're going to be able to complete, you know, the most daunting tasks. Well, she's pretty good at being that multitasker, you know, she's the ultimate multitasker, the Queen of Wands. But, you know, one of the main messages of the Queen of Wands cards is saying that you need to allow the passion for life, creative and spiritual energy to you know, lead the way and fill you up. So, and there also could be someone, you know, in a fire sign that's going to come to help you out as well with this down here. Which the fire signs would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I think part of the, you know, part of the reason the Queen of Wands card is here with the Strength card and the Rescue card, you know, it's time for you to tap into that passionate, creative side of yourself. And then we got the King of Wands below that. You know, and the King of Wands, he is obviously he's the leader. He's oh, I'm sorry, we got the Knight, not the King. I always want him to be the king. I don't know why. But Knights, you know, it's about forward movement. So it looks like you are going to make some forward movement this week. And some change is going to be coming in. The movement could be unpredicted. But it's, you know, this card is asking you to embrace the change and enjoy the new journey of whatever the change brings for you. All right, let's take a look at each sign. We'll start with Gemini. push these back. What are the messages for Gemini for the week of May 6th to May 12th? What are the messages for Gemini for the week of May 6th to May 12th? We got the Ace of Swords. What are the messages for Gemini for the week of... There's that Knight of Wands again. So it looks like there's going to be a new beginning that's going to be coming in for you. Aces are about new beginnings. One that's going to bring some clarity. And that could be from having been, you know, kind of stuck in that mud, being that observer. A new clarity is coming to light. And with the Knight of Wands next to that, there's some, you know, forward movement happening, which could be some unexpected movements. A new journey to go on. Messages for Gemini for the week of May 6th. And then at the center, we got the Death card. So there's going to be some type of change, some type of transformation that's going to happen this week. With the Ace of Swords over here, it could be cutting away the old to make room for the new. Because the Knight of Wands is bringing in change. So something of the old may have to be cut out to make that, you know, change happen. And Death is about, you know, transforming, changing. We got the Seven of Wands with that. You know, so it looks like you might be on the bit of a little bit of it. You might be fighting the change is what I'm getting with the Seven of Wands. Wanting to hold back. But we, you know, with an ace, the Knight of Wands, and the Death card here, I think that whatever this change is that's coming in for you, this transformation, it's imminent. We'll see what comes under that. Messages for... Messages for Gemini for the week of May 6th to the 12th. And we got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so, like I said, we've got Death at the center of your reading. So Death means, you know, there's some type of transformation that's occurring around you or within you. Ace of Swords is bringing in some more clarity. You may be cutting some, you're going to have to probably cut some things out for this transformation to occur. Knight of Wands is bringing in, you know, change, movement forward. But with the last two cards that came up, it feels like you're fighting it. It looks like the Nine of Swords is about having anxiety, sleepless nights, worry. So, you know, it doesn't look like you're being too welcoming of this change that's coming in. You know, when we looked up here at these cards, one of the cards that came out was the Shadow Side card, which is kind of about letting your, you know, well, it is about letting your fears kind of rule over you. So it looks like you were kind of letting your fears, your anxiety, and worry about the change that's coming in kind of take over because you fear the change, but the change is coming. So let's see, why is the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Wands here for Gemini? We We got the Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Wands and the Death card here? Why is the Knight of Wands and the Death card here? Two of Swords. Why is the Death card and the Seven of Wands here? Queen of Swords, and why is the Nine of Swords here? Got a lot of Swords cards, which represents the air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is Gemini's reading. One more card. Why is the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords here for Gemini? So the first thing that kind of stands out to me as I'm looking at the Two of Swords being in between the Nine of Wands and the Death card, as I said, both of those cards are bringing in transformation and change, but it looks like you're closed off to it. You know, this card is kind of, you know, you're at an impasse right here. You don't want to see it. You're not very open to it. You got your arms crossed. But, you know, the Queen of Swords over here with the Death and the Seven of Wands, she's got her hand, you know, she's saying, come on, you know, come on in. But I got my sword over here. And if I don't like what you're bringing in, I'm going to cut you out real quick. Because the Queen of Swords doesn't have a problem with cutting anything out that she doesn't like. She'll welcome you in. So, you know, the Queen of Swords is being, well, you know, she's kind of welcoming the change in, but she's ready to take action to cut it out if that's what she needs to do. Why is the Nine of Swords? Seven of Wands, Nine of Swords for Gemini. Got too many cards. Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords here. There we go. Okay. So, the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords, we've got the Hanged Man. You know, the Hanged Man is being kind of in that place of stuck in the mud. That's where the Hanged Man is. You're you know, kind of in limbo, trying to figure out, you know, kind of sitting up all night worried about this change that's coming. But while you're here, you see the yellow, you know, the halo around the Hangman's head. It's gaining a new perspective. So a new perspective needs to be gained about this change, other than worry and you know, kind of fighting it off. That's what the Hangman is asking you. Is that, you know, you need to gain a different perspective and be like the Queen of Swords, welcome it in. You know, it's not necessarily something that you have to keep. You can cut it out if you need to. But the Hangman card is asking you with the Queen of Swords, You know, see what the change has to offer, and then if it's not something that you want, you can take that sword and cut it out. Cut that right out. You don't have to, you know, keep it there. Um, the Queen of Pentacles, you know, she's the ultimate other. She could actually represent an earth sign that's around you currently. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I think this card too is here because it wants you to be, you know, she's very, Queen of Pentacles is has a very nurturing nature. But I think it's more about being a little more nurturing to yourself when it comes to regards of this change that's coming in. Try to, you know, get out of that Nine of Swords state that you're in over here, Gemini. Because, like I said, you got, you know, a new beginning. The Knight of Wands is bringing change. The Death card is bringing change. So this change is coming in whether you want it or not. You know, you've got to uncross your arms and get out of this crossroads because you're at that crossroads. This is basically saying, the Two of Swords, you're at that crossroads. That change is coming. So, like I said, you know, welcome it in. If it doesn't work, you can always cut it out. Cut whatever's coming in out. But there definitely needs to be a different perspective, a new insight that needs to be seen around this change that's coming in for Gemini. All right, let's take a look at Libra. May 6th to May 12th. What are the messages for Libra? That looks like you're all up in your head too, Libra. Where'd this one go? Okay. What are the messages for Libra for the week of May 6th to May 12th? So it looks like with Libra, at the center of this spread, you've got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is, you know, pages or offers coming in, messages coming in. Their pages are messengers. Usually this, you know, represents a message of love that's maybe coming in. Or this could just represent healing that's coming in as well. If it is a message of love that's coming in for you this week, it looks to me like it may not be something that you want to accept. You're feeling kind of trapped by it, trapped in your thoughts. And, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is sometimes, you know, the single woman's card. She can stand strong and independent on her own, and she's basking in her own abundance. So if there is an offer of love coming in for Libras this week, you may be looking at rather just staying single is what I'm getting with this. With the Three of Wands, you know, you've picked your choice. The Two was before this. You've picked which path you're going to go down. And you're just kind of waiting there and biding your time. And the Two of Pentacles is talking about balance. Juggling stuff. Finding the balance. I always notice with this Two of Pentacles card is the water behind it. There's a lot of rough seas behind that. So maybe you're having a hard time You know, you may not want to accept this offer of love that's coming in because you've just got too much going on in your life right now as it is. And it's really not something that you can add in your life. You're just juggling way too many things. Okay, so we've got the Tower in between the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Tower is definitely the universe stepping in. The universe is stepping in this week. You know, some foundations coming down. It looks to me too like you're with the Nine of Wands. You're standing your ground. I think you're standing your ground. You know, that by yourself right now is where you want to be. Because the thought of being in a relationship just makes you feel very trapped at this point. The Page of Cups. And the Three of Wands here. And, you know, the High Priestess with the Page of Cups and the High Priestess is High Priest. I'm sorry, not the Priestess. The High Priest is about, you know, the traditions. Sometimes it represents our fixed signs too. I know I'm a fixed sign Taurus. But it looks like something with the Tower here. Yep. With the Tower here and the High Priest here, some type of belief system of yours may be changed this week. You know, maybe at one time you believed that, you know, you wanted to let love into your life, but this week it looks like, you know, that may not be the belief currently. Because, you know, the High Priest talks about our belief systems, sometimes around, you know, religious and stuff like this. He's also got the keys here, you know, that where we can unlock a deeper knowledge and trust to find some answers for yourself. So you might be seeking some answers to some questions this week. But I think the main thing is that, you know, something in your belief systems is going to change this week. And with the Eight of Cups here, your choice that you chose here, between the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, is you're going to choose to walk away. So it looks like if an offer of love does come in this week, you're not going to be willing to accept it this week. You're going to turn your back to it because at this point you just really want to remain single, Libra. So you just got too much going on in your life. You're juggling too much right now and you're not ready to let that in. All right, let's see what's ahead for, what do we got? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Right off the bat. Four of Swords, shadow side. So the Four of Swords talks about, you know, it's time to step away from some things and put down your swords and takes a time out, basically, is what I see this card out. It's time for you to step away from your fears is what I'm getting with the shadow side next to this. Because the shadow side card is all about, you know, our fears, the things that we allow to gain control over us. And the Four of Swords is saying it's time to, you know, put those fears down and take a rest from them this week, Aquarius. What are the messages for Aquarius for the week? At the center, we've got the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is about, you know, achievements, fulfillment. But to me, what it really stands out with this Nine of Cups is, you know, she's got a bunch of cups lined up around her, but one cup stands out the most. Page of Wands, there's some good news coming in for you this week. He's calling, hey, I got to tell you something. Good news coming in. You know, recognizing with this card here in the center, I think you're recognizing the achievements that you've made in really confronting the shadow sides of yourself and facing them head on. You know, the Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. It's about the past. The good news could be coming in. You know, maybe somebody from the past is coming back into your life. But it could represent something in the past that you know, you were working on, and now it's coming to fruition. Why is the Four of Swords and the shadow side here? We got the Ace of Wands. I'm going to take all of these. Strength card. Four of Cups. So by taking a time out and really looking at the shadow sides of yourself, the things that you allow to have control over you, there's going to be a new beginning that's going to come in. Usually with the Wands, it represents, you know, a passionate new beginning. One more card. And the High Priestess. Okay, so, like I said, we got the Ace of Wands. So it looks like there is a new beginning that's occurring. But it just could be, you know, you releasing the fears that you have around something. That could be, you know, making a new beginning with a new frame of mind. Even though the Wands isn't a swords card, but the Wands, the Ace of Wands, is about, you know, a new idea, a new spark, new energy, renewed spark in life, I want to say, which is going to give you a lot more strength to head forward, you know. And no, you got the 8 up there, the infinity symbol. When this appears, know that, you know, Spirit is with you and trying to help you along the way and give you the strength to move in the right direction. It does look like I said there was going to be some good news coming in this week, but also make sure that you don't miss the opportunity, because the Four of Cups card is about focusing on, you know, these 3 cups that you don't have, focusing on the lack. And there's an offer being made, but you're not seeing it. Okay, so make sure you see the offer, because this card is saying that there might be a missed opportunity, and you might miss that opportunity. This 1 cup right here, in this Nine of Cups card, could be this opportunity that you might miss. So make sure you pay attention to what's around you. We got the High Priestess here with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, I talked about good news coming in. It could be about something in the past. Six of Cups talks about the past. The High Priestess notices everything around her. So, you know, she's just putting light, I think, more on making sure that you don't miss this opportunity that's coming into you this week, Aquarius. And I just want to pull 1 card for everybody from the Spirit Oracle deck. And that'll wrap it up for this week. What's the message? great. We got the renewal card for air signs. Rest, switch off the mind. A short holiday would do you a world of good at this time. A change of scenery results in renewed clarity and sense of purpose. And I know this is just the Aquarius reading, but this card really reminds me of the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, I believe somebody got in theirs. So there's going to be renewed clarity and a new sense of purpose moving forward this week. All right, air signs, have a great week.